Charlie, let's talk first then about David Kogan. The government, Lisa Nandy, the Culture Secretary, has said that he is the Labour government's preferred choice for the job. The Conservatives had apparently recommended him to Labour, although now that it's emerged that he was a Labour donor, there are some voices in the Conservative Party who were saying he shouldn't be given the job because he smacks of cronyism. But he has got quite a distinguished past in football. He's known to a lot of the main players in football through his work in helping negotiate sports rights.
Yeah, that's right, Adrian. I think it's all a bit of a storm in a teacup that's being drummed up by the Tories, who are desperately trying to find diversionary tactics at the moment from their own miserable performances in this week's elections. There's nothing wrong with David Cogan's appointment, and I don't think anyone seriously thinks that he's going to be, um, disadvantaged in any way by the fact that he has come from a Labour supporting background. Quite the opposite. I think having a strong working relationship with the government over the next 3 to 4 years is important. I think the fact that he's negotiated the Premier League's TV rights deals is also important because I think one of the great fears that we all had in the industry was that someone would be appointed who just didn't have a background in the landscape. So having somebody who has a really strong background in the landscape, who doesn't have to have a reading in period when he gets his head around, well, what are Premier League's TV rights, how they changed over the years, what are parachute payments, what are all these things, would have been a delaying factor. And I think likewise, having a regulator, let's just say, for instance, that the bill had gone through under the last Tory administration before the election, and let's say the Tories had appointed somebody as the regulator who came from a more Tory background, let's say, and you then get a change of government to a Labour government. Is that helpful? I don't think so. I think that the first 3 or 4 years of this regulator are going to be absolutely critical in making sure that all parties are comfortable with the conversations they're having, comfortable that the people who are in these positions have the best interests of the sport at heart. And I think with David Kogan, that's what both the government and football industry can have, is somebody who's very experienced in the space, somebody who knows and understands this government, someone who understands what this government wants from the regulator, and somebody who won't have a reading in period.